Different cadres of society gathered at the historic Freedom Corner of Uhuru Park. The common denominator, the t-shirts they wore and the pain they all bore. Pain occasioned by the extrajudicial killing of a lawyer, his client and their taxi driver.
3 innocent young men were killed by members believed to be from the Administration Police Service. The ones tasked with the duty of protecting the vulnerable instead killed the poor and those trying to bring justice for them.
And so in their midst, lawyers, taxi drivers, boda riders and human rights defenders. Bearing caskets symbolizing the culture of state-sanctioned death, they marched, taking in buildings and structures they say signify the country's dark history of extrajudicial killing.
It points to a serious problem of a systemic failure in the security structure and requires urgent action.
From Nyayo House to the dead and Kimathi statue to the one honoring Tom Mboya and on to the doorstep of the Supreme Court.
When we were on the line of duty, one of us was executed by men who have taken oath of office to protect us as Kenyans. This is the most unfair thing that can happen anywhere in the world.
We really cannot move on this way anymore. It's very disappointing that we haven't had any strong reaction from the authorities. There was an allusion to something yesterday by the president, but I would expect a better statement.
Although this protest was triggered largely by the recent killings of a lawyer, his client and their taxi driver, human rights defenders say the problem of extrajudicial killings or the disappearance of people under the watch of the police runs much deeper. And the numbers are alarming, at least according to the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights.
We reject absolutely the notion that what has happened to the 3 men who went missing last week is an isolated case involving just a few rogue officers. Many Kenyans have gone missing, and this is a situation that is completely intolerable.
The human rights bodies now want the government to take urgent, decisive measures to not only stem the killings, but to also resolve the numerous cases of similar nature.
Therefore, call on the government of Kenya to step up, immediately stop this police abuse of power, and bring the murderers, their accomplices, their superiors who failed to prevent these crimes from being committed to justice.
When the demands to address the Inspector General of the Police in person failed, they turned their ire to the spokesman who had received the petition on the IG's behalf. Another petition calling for the sacking of the Cabinet Secretary for Interior was delivered to the office of the President. And as a final act of defiance, they delivered the coffins to the office of the President and that of the Inspector General of Police. Brenda Wanga, NTV.